Hey everyone, Brian here from Vintage Classic Specialist. Happy Thursday, everyone. It is time for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So this one's got its interior in it now, and guys, I'm very happy with how it came out. And I will show you that shortly. Let me talk about some of the other things that happened around the shop today. And then I promise we'll come back to that and I'll give you a tour, so to speak, of the upholstery. I think you guys are going to like it. So let's start off with this one. As you know, if you follow the channels, I was hoping to drive the car yesterday and couldn't get it in all gears, messed around a bunch with the shifter, didn't have any luck. And what it looked like to me, which is a mystery, but lots of things on this car have been mysteries, is that the shift rod, so that's the rod that goes from basically the nose of the transmission to where the shifter is, seemed like it was half an inch too short, which makes no sense at all. However, that seemed to be what's happening. So went ahead and pulled the shift rod out this morning and took it to our friends at Washburn's Metal and had them install an adjustable end in it. So these things have a lot of adjustment in it. There is plenty there to pretty much put the, so what we need to do is we need to put the end of it where the shifter goes in. We need to put that in the right place in the opening so that we can select all gears, because it was way too far back and it was making adjusting the shifter impossible. But now with the adjuster installed in there, we can pretty much set it however we want it. So probably in the morning, I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this and try and adjust it and see if I can get all 4 forward gears and reverse, because that would be good, right? All the gears. So that is probably happening tomorrow, maybe even first thing tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And hopefully I'll be able to report tomorrow that I took this puppy for a spin. And I'll promise I'll take some video when I do. So that was all that really happened on this car. Is wanted to get that steering rod out, get it over to Washburn's Metal, and let them do their thing on it. We did, Brian Washburn and I did compare the length of that shift rod to some others that he has in stock over there. It seems to be the right one for this car. I don't know what's going on, guys. It's like the transmission is sitting, I don't know, something super weird here, because I basically on my 55 oval, I've got a later transmission like this with the bus nose cone, like pretty much all the same stuff. And my shifter, shift rod, everything perfect on that car. I do run a aftermarket shifter, but yeah, no problem adjusting it. I don't know, guys. Something's weird, but adjustable shift rod to the rescue here, I think. So fingers crossed. So did that, and then technically I worked on that next, but I'm going to talk about that all at the end here. So let's talk about this one then a little bit here. So pretty much today I went ahead and built out his windows. So driver and passenger windows now are fully built, and I think I mentioned it before. I was having a real problem with these felt channels, the ones that go on the vertical divider bar here. Guys, they were super tight, like so tight that I think I mentioned the other day when I was like, you know, kind of testing this window out and I went to roll it down. It was so tight in there that it yanked the lift channel, which is this channel here that the regulator actually like pushes and pulls on. It yanked that right off the window. So I had to put a new one on with a new seal. So yeah, modified the channel, put it in, window goes up and down great now, and went ahead and assembled the rest of the way, scrapers, everything. And then, yeah, did the exact same thing on the other side. Because yeah, there's just no way, guys. So there's powder all over it. That's just baby powder. But yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. A little tight now, but it's the scrapers are a little bit tight on this one. But yeah, no problem. And the scrapers will kind of relax over time, and they'll tend to get a little bit easier. They'll also like dry out a little bit. Even though I put baby powder all over them, they still tend to be a little sticky. But yeah, these are perfectly acceptable now. I'm actually pretty happy with how the windows on this car are operating. So that was pretty much that one, was building out those windows. Let's see. Okay, so now without further ado, let's talk about this bad boy here, the 60 Baja Bug. So started off my day by installing which you can't see now because the door panels are in it. Spoiler alert, there they are. Install the moisture barriers, which is basically that big sheet of plastic that goes on before the door panel so that if any water or anything gets down here, it doesn't ruin your door panels. So a lot of people don't put that plastic sheet in. Very important, guys. I mean, unless the car just never gets wet or, you don't wash it and there's no water that could possibly get down in there, then I guess you could get by without them, but they're supposed to have that moisture barrier under there. So first thing I did was went ahead and put those on so the adhesive on those could dry, knowing that we were planning to put the door panels on later today. So after I did those moisture barriers, I turned my attention to installing the seat belts. And so this car previously had front seat belts in it, so there were already holes in the floor pan for those that were, actually like in a pretty good place. So yeah, on those I just had to cut holes through the floor mat kind of in the center, and then towards the outside had to cut hole in the carpet to expose the holes, and then went ahead and bolted those seat belts up. The back seat belts, this car being a 60, of course, didn't have any provisions in the back for seat belts. So the outer ones I put on the lower shock tower to body bolt, which is a super big, strong bolt. And then in the middle, I put them on the sort of the area that comes down at an angle of the rear sheet metal there, and then put them on with the big washers that you're supposed to use and stuff like that. So those two middle ones are bolted to the body with giant washers. The outer ones in the back are installed on those giant body to pan bolts there. So yeah, I went ahead and installed those. And yeah, after that, pretty much asked Santiago after lunch to go ahead and start putting the upholstery in this thing, and that's exactly what he did, guys. So let's take a look here. Ignore that. That's the battery cover that I still need to install on here. But yeah, so we went with like essentially stock looking interior, but we did some things a little bit different. One is that we used, instead of the sort of off-white or ivory piping, we used like a dark gray piping. We thought it'd be a nice sort of touch on this car, which, again, it's a custom car. It's a Baja Bug. It's not like it's a restoration where we're worried about some little detail like that being correct, which usually we love, don't get me wrong. But on this car, we thought it'd be fun to put on some darker piping. Plus, the family, I think, is planning to use this car, and he's mentioned on a few occasions, throwing his family in here and going to the beach and stuff. So part of my goal for this car was to make the interior easy, like dark color, so it doesn't really show dirt, and then easy to clean. And so that ivory piping, it could look dirty pretty easily. So the dark stuff now much more resistant to looking dirty, and it looks bitchin'. Nice little custom touch, we thought. But yeah, so back seat is all in, and the strap back here is in, which keeps the seat from flopping all over the place when you slam on the brakes hard or whatever. His speakers are still sitting back here, so Santiago's going to make a shelf to go in this area back here for the speakers. He ran the wires for the speakers are all ran under the carpet and the floor mats and stuff. Still not hooked up to the stereo under the dash, but that's a simple matter at this point. And then yeah, he's gonna go ahead and make a shelf back here for those. And then the only other upholstery thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, or Santiago is going to go ahead and make some kick panels that'll enclose this area right here underneath the back seat. And we'll do those in matching vinyl there to the seats. Another little custom touch that we did was we put a pocket on both the driver and passenger side. And we put an armrest on the driver's side. So normally they only have the armrest on the passenger side. We went ahead and put one on both sides because why not? So yeah, some little custom touches, you know, stock, but with some little details like that we thought would be fun and, you know, kind of functional for them and their car. So there you go, guys. Other than those last little couple things I mentioned, that's pretty much the full interior. Obviously still need to install the window winders and inner door handles, some little things like that. But yeah, I think this car, this thing may be ready to go back to its family maybe next week, guys. We'll see. I think I'm kind of running out of things to do. I did tell them that I wanted to look into a roof rack for it. I think I've got an option or two for that. And I think it would actually look really good on here. And I think he said something about taking their surfboards to the beach. So they need something to put their surfboards on. What else? And yeah, last I played with it, it was running great with the carburetors and the new ignition system and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, I think this car is about done to go back to its family, which has had this car since the 70s. So very cool, long family history, this car and its family. So be excited for them to start their new chapter with it, with a bitchin' interior here. So before, if you're new here, it didn't even have a back seat. It just had like a wooden thing back there. The front seats were, I don't know, maybe out of like a Porsche 928 somebody thought or something. And it had some kind of funky door panels on it and kind of gross blue carpeting. So yeah, much improved. Headliner was all falling down in it. Oh, other thing I did was install the rear view mirror and sun visors today too. So anyway, guys, that's it for today. A little bit of a short episode here today, but that is what happened around here. And the only other thing I'll mention, I'm not going to show it right now, is one of the other Gias, which is the 72 that's out in our paint and body area right now, is probably getting painted maybe starting Saturday. So I'll try and give an update on that one soon. In the meantime, guys, thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you again soon. Bye.